YTPC, Padre Piper, coming to you via the virtual airwaves of YouTube, saying, hello, YouTube Pipe community. I hope you're well, and I hope you're finding all the blessings in your life that God is intending for you. Hey, we're preparing to head into a national holiday here in the United States of America as I record this. Don't know when I'm going to get it up, but somewhere right around the Independence Day holiday, which is, if you saw my cherry blends video, is smack dab in the middle of the week. When the 4th of July, national holiday in America, is on a Wednesday, that means, because of our love for the long weekend, there's no work that's been being done basically since, I don't know, June 29th was a Friday. This is going to go all the way until July 9th, next Monday. Welcome to the American work ethic. Hey, I found something online before this video. I wanted to share with you my top 5 Codger Blends, and we're going to find out how our YouTube pipe community, our YTPC pipe panelist experts chimed in on this as well. By the way, my surroundings, yes, I'm in the Codger's room for today's presentation. But before I get to that, I found this online at a site called guidepost.org. It's 7 things that you might not have known about Independence Day. Real quick, just wanted to offer them to you from that website. Number 1, it says that July 4th isn't Independence Day. And what it goes on to explain is that while we recognize 1776, July 4th, as America's first Independence Day, that was actually the day that the Continental Congress did declare our independence from the British monarchy. But the reality is, I'm sorry, that's not the day. The reality is that it happened 2 days earlier. It wasn't until July 4th, however, that it was published, presumably in some sort of a newspaper or newspapers around the continent and such. The Declaration, this is number 2, the Declaration was written on a laptop. That's a little known fact, but it's true. It wasn't a laptop like we think of it today. It was actually Thomas Jefferson's laptop desk, which was quite a common thing back then. A gentleman could place a little writing desk in front of him and use his quill, and that's how our Declaration of Independence was written on a laptop. Number 3, things you probably didn't know. The Declaration signing took well over a month. It's got 56 delegates of the First Continental Congress that signed it, but it took them a while to gather all those gentlemen up and to get them all to sign it and such. And according to this, John Hancock, whose signature is largest, was one of the very first to sign it. Number 4, things about the Independence Day that you didn't know, the Liberty Bell tale. The legend goes that when independence was voted, the Liberty Bell rang out in Philadelphia. It was the bell that was heard throughout the land, and of course it's cracked because it was so loud. But fact of the matter is, there was no, according to this, no immediate announcement made. The bell acquired its trademark crack in the 19th century, and now every 4th of July it's tapped 13 times. The signal bells across our nation to ring for independence. The 13, of course, symbolic of those 13 original colonies. Number 5, life, liberty, and the pursuit of what? Apparently, when Thomas Jefferson first penned that, the original words were life, liberty, and the pursuit of property. Can you imagine that? It was changed probably for the better, life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. Number 6, this is about old Benjamin Franklin, who apparently did not like the fact that America had chosen the bald eagle as its bird. Franklin wanted, believe it or not, the turkey. He writes in a letter to his daughter about the bald eagle. He's a bird of bad moral character. He does not get his living honestly. You may have seen him perched on some dead tree near the river where, too lazy to fish for himself, he watches the labor of the fishing hawk. Oh, Ben Franklin. And number 7, an extraordinary coincidence about July 4th. You might not have known this, that on July 4th, 1826, 50 years after the signing of the Declaration of Independence, both Thomas Jefferson and John Adams both passed away on the same day. So, happy Independence Day to all you American folk out there. Let's get to it. We've been talking about our top 5 lists that we're doing this summer. We did the cherry blends. You can go back and see that. In fact, in there, I also make reference to the 9 YTPC pipe panelist experts who we've also collected survey data from. We, meaning I have a multiple personality, and there's more than one of me. I don't know why I keep saying we. But anyway, and what am I smoking today? House cleaning. I'm going to tell you this at the end, if I remember to do so, because it has a little to do with my top Codger blends. So, as in the previous video, I had asked 3 questions about this particular topic to our YTPC pipe panel experts. The first question I asked, when you think of Codger blend, what is the first blend? Whether you like it or not, what's the first blend that comes to your mind? And tallying this data, the number 1 answer, 4 people actually said Prince Albert, and 1 person even specified Prince Albert in the can. That was followed by Velvet, which got 2 votes, Carter Hall, which got 2 votes, and 1 vote for Sir Walter Raleigh. And I might ask you, what comes to mind when you think of Codger blends? I then asked these panelists, what are your top 5 Codger blends that you go to? If you don't have 5, just give me how many you have. You only got 1, that's okay. And here's how come this sort of plays out. I'm just going to read these off the top here. 1 person did give a top 5. Their number 5 was Sir Walter Raleigh. Number 4, Prince Albert. Number 3, Carter Hall. Number 2, Half and Half. Number 1, Velvet. Somebody also gave Chatham Manor, Carter Hall, Velvet, and Prince Albert. Another answered Captain Black Gold, Half and Half, Velvet, and Carter Hall. This person gave Chatham Manor, Lane Trout Stream, Lane Limited, Ready Rubbed, and says all 3 are matches of some sort, but generally speaking, I do not like the original blends themselves. Let's see, another person answered Carter Hall, Prince Albert, Edgeworth, Ready Rubbed, Sir Walter Raleigh, Half and Half. Let's see, this person said, counting down from 5 to 1, Prince Albert, Half and Half, Sir Walter Raleigh, Carter Hall, Captain Black, and then put parenthetically Royal, Original, and Gold in that order, and then made this note. This is kind of funny. I stopped really liking them around 2.5. I don't know if that means 2.5 years old, 2.5 years into smoking the pipe, or number 2.5 on their list. That, you do the math, you figure that one out. Also mentioned knockoff blends like McBaron 7 Seas, which is a Captain Black knockoff, taste like my Aunt Lena's fruitcake that she put too much brandy in. Duplicating a cheap tobacco is a bad idea. You gotta love these YTPC pipe panelist experts. This person, let's see, they mentioned Edgewood Lane, Limited, Ready Rubbed, Edward G. Robinson. Hey, there's an interesting one. Carter Hall, Half and Half, Velvet, Prince Albert, Carter Hall, Captain Black, White, Briggs Mixture, Crosby Squire, and makes a note that that one's no longer in production. And this person gave us from 5 through 1, Sugar Barrel, number 5, Prince Albert 4, 3, Mixture 79, 2 Half and Half, 1 Velvet. And also noted alternative number 5, if extinct blends aren't allowed, Granger. So good information from our pipe panelists in the YTPC community. Now I also asked them if they had a no-go Codger blend, what would it be? And answers included none. This person says, I have never found any tobacco so repulsive that I couldn't finish the bowl. Heard many horrific horror stories about Borkum Riff, but I've never tried any of their blends. Now, I would encourage you to tune in to Matches 860 for his Bacon Old Fashioned July 4th tradition. Whoever wrote this might change their mind if they tried the Bacon Old Fashioned, trust me. Let's see, somebody else told us that was not applicable. Apparently they also have never found a blend or a Codger blend that they couldn't handle. Somebody said Captain White Black and Captain Black White and Captain Black Grape are on the no-go list. This person said Sutliff mixture number 79. Somebody else said none. And this person said anything that comes in a bag you have to tear off across the top, similar to a bag of beef jerky. That's on their no-go list of Codger Blends. This person says jester or gambler. For example, I've had Admiral's Choice Black and Gold and it reminded me of something that came from the bottom of a hamster's cage. Just dreadful. Oh my goodness. What else do we have on this list? This says, can't count it because I've never tried it, but I just can't bring myself to try Captain Black Grape. I've tried it. Trust me, it's no-go. Let's see, we've got on here mixture 79, half and half Borkum Riff cherry, making the specification there. This person says none. I don't think I would say that of any tobacco. No true codger would. We just love pipe smoking and would put wood chips in there to keep that fire going. All right, thank you to our YTPC pipe panelist experts. I'm going to give you my top 5 list, run down them kind of quick. Number 5 for me on the Codger list is Velvet, a good Burley blend. It's made by, these days, the Scandinavian Tobacco Group. And if you want a very good history of this particular tobacco, I'm going to refer you over to the Artful Codgers channel. He did a fantastic documentary on Velvet, worth the watch. In fact, I'm going to put a link to it down in the cellar. Number 4 for me, a Burley Virginia mix with a little cocoa chocolate and bourbon in the flavor, and that's Carter Hall, easy for me not to say. A good drugstore blend. Lots of folks like to break their pipes in using old Carter Hall. Great Codger blend. Number 3 on my list, half and half. What is it half and half of? It's half bright Virginia and half Burley mix. It has its origins back to the American Tobacco Company in the 19th century. By the way, going back to Carter Hall, that blend goes all the way back to 1895, and I think we still have a couple of codgers in the YTPC who were around when that came out. Number 2, originally produced by R.J. Reynolds in 1907 until it was purchased by Middleton in 1987, it's Prince Albert, and this is primarily a Burley Cavendish blend with allegedly no topping whatsoever on it. Number 1 on my Codger Blends is Captain Black. I'm going to specify Captain Black Royal, which is one of my favorites. Still enjoy it. I like the white, I like the gold. I do not like the Captain Black Grape. The thing about Captain Black is they're primarily all a bunch of Cavendish blends. Now, there's a few I've never had, and I kind of probably wish I can try them. One is Sugar Barrel, which of course is no longer in production, but there is a match. Granger, never had, and I've never had, believe it or not, I've never had Sir Walter Riley. My no-goes are the Borkum Riff Original, and it made me swear off all the Borkum Riff blends, which is probably an unfair thing to do, but in the Cherry Tobacco Blends video, a couple people encouraged me to try the Borkum Riff Cherry Cavendish, and so I've actually put in an order for that, and I'm waiting for it to arrive. Going to give that a shot and see. My other no-go Codger blend is mixture number 79. Now, why is that? I believe it's best surmised. Where is that quote I've got? If you go to tobaccoreviews.com, a gentleman by the name of Zulu Jerk sums it up this way. If you were ever curious enough to wonder what it would be like to smoke a urinal cake, here you go. Mixture number 79. It's on my no-go list. And to my friend who gives me crud, my other lighter, real proper pipe lighter, ran out of juice today, so thank you to the Acolyte Supply Closet. What am I smoking? Well, Codger, let me tell you. This is one of my Dr. Grabeau pipes. This is the from the Royalton line. This is their straight billiard, a lovely little pipe, and I'm smoking in it what might be a kind of non-traditional Codger blend. It's a little something that was gifted to me by YTPC member Mark VV. It's called Padre. It's made by Padre, rather. LJ Padre. It's called Thanksgiving Day. Yes. It says this is from tobaccoreviews.com, a yearly blend for Thanksgiving, a ribbon cube cut blend pressed together into 4-ounce cakes. You crumble it out. It says in the notes, as many of our friends are aware, Thanksgiving Day, a 4-ounce pressed cake has been a tradition since 1939. Again, I think we've got some codgers in our community who were around then. Year after year, we make it available in limited capacity starting on November 1. This effort keeps us tied to our roots when Major Joseph Padre, father of Robert Padre, set forth to blend Padre's Burley and English mixes. The Major wanted to create a blend with the essence of the holiday season. After countless trials, a mixture of 7 different tobaccos blended with a balance of dark rum and fruit juices was concocted and pressed into breakable 4-ounce cakes. This process has not changed since the first batch was taken from the press. That's my Codger blend today. It gets honorable mention. LJ Padre Thanksgiving. You say, Padre, you're in the middle of summer. We're heading into the July 4th holiday. What are you doing with Thanksgiving? I'm giving Thanksgiving. You should be too. If you're an American or you're anywhere in the world where you love freedom, give thanks to God for the freedoms that we have. And if you're an American, make sure that you're pressing your congressmen and your senators to not take away our freedoms to smoke what adults feel like they want to smoke. Even if we have to do it smoking in the boys' room. You know what? This is a very codger setting. From what I understand, gentlemen, and this might be true for the ladies too, if you happen to have a prostate gland, the older you get, the more likely you are to spend more time in the men's room. So we'll call this the Codger's room today. I hope you've enjoyed my top 5 list. I want to thank everybody who commented on the cherry top 5 blends and those who so openly received my Sunday Wordsworth While video. We'll have another one coming up this Sunday. Every Sunday in July, check the channel for that. Hey, Padre Piper, wishing you a happy 4th of July wherever you are in the world. If you're in America, happy Independence Day. And also wishing you and yours God's peace, grace, and blessing.